Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video, and today we're gonna be doing a video that should have been up way earlier than this. So I apologize for that, but we're gonna be having some slight problems in uploading in the next a lot of time. What I mean by problems it's gonna be a bit rarer that I upload, but I will upload at least once a week. I'll try that, or maybe even twice a week. Hopefully 3 times a week. I don't think I can go over that, but yes, anyways, hey guys, and what's up, and welcome to a brand new video. And today we're going to be doing a master rank. We're going to do our second episode of Road to Master Rank. If you have not checked out episode number 1, check it out in the annotation in the top right hand corner of your screen. But without any further ado, let's get into it. First track is going to be Hungary. First song is going to be Hungary, as you can see on the screen. It's loading, and I put a huge intro in. Wow. Anyways, this guy, she gives me the chance to say something real quick. There have been a couple of requests on my channel in the comments of my videos lately. One has been a tutorial on thumbnails and posters, basically like a bunch of Photoshop tutorials, and another one has been a video on the weekly events. I will make sure to do them. Do not worry. Do not think I've forgotten about you guys who have asked these requests. I will make sure to do them because you guys asked me to. So we will do them. So do not worry about it. I'll do them as early as I can. Now it's not the time. Well, actually, I might record some of them today, and so you might see them next week. But you can see now we're moving into qualifying. Anyways, I talked way too long, but you can see that we've been a bit wide in quali, and so we actually been disqualified. But since there aren't a lot of people in this lobby, we're only starting from P4. This is another four race episode, as the guy ahead of us doesn't start his 5 lights go out, because this first race was from one day, and then the other 3 were from another day. But anyways, let's get started. Here we go into turn 1. You can see Pichu tries to attack Bear ahead, but Bear squeezes him kind of aggressively there, and so he actually makes some moves that we rend a little bit. So we're up in a Pichu already, because we're getting one position of the start with the guy not starting, and then one position here with Bear defending aggressively and making the other guy lose his run. But now we're going to move all the way to the start of lap 2. I'm not very good in this track, so you can see we're not very close to him, but we have a little bit of a look. This was more than having to look. I was having a look at him. I was actually not going to make the move there. It was to scare him, and it worked because he went really wide, and that gave us the chance to go around the outside here. But I learned the hard way, and too late probably, that with Bear you cannot go around the outside. He's just going to squeeze you out, and I mean it's fair as well. I was fully alongside him, but then I gave up, and so. But anyways, here we go now on the start of lap 4 now, because we had to wait because we didn't have the arrest there, and you could see we hit him a little bit. So I'm a bit late there in the commentary, but we hit him a little bit in the inside, because I wanted to go to the inside because I learned that, I guess I understood that I couldn't go around his outside. But he caught it off a lot more than I expected, and so then we ended up being a bit of contact, but wasn't meant to make a contact. But anyways, he does not, you can see I'm trying to scare him. This is lap 5, but he does not budge. He keeps that P1, and so, good job to him. I texted him later on a PS PlayStation message, to tell him what a good race we just had. You might see him in one of my videos if we end up doing something online together. There's a chance we do, there's a chance we won't, but so having a really good race with Bear there. He defended very aggressively, and he held a position, so we finished in P2, but pretty good overall. Now we're going to move on to the second race, and this is the second lobby that I went on to, and it's at Zandvoort. And I tell you guys, I was recording my team episode here at Zandvoort that day, so I was really practiced up with Zandvoort. I loved it, so we got a real good chance here of doing some big damage, and you can see there we got pole position, so it's looking very good for us. Now we're gonna have a little look at this car. You guys tell me what you think of this customization, by the way. But anyways, here we go now to 5 red lights, and away we go, and we got Seb behind us, and this is one of the most cracking races I've ever had. Anyways, here we go for turn 1, and you can see Seb here sends it down the inside. He actually squeezes. He gives us the room there. I just wasn't brave enough to take it, and to be honest, when you get onto the curb, all the speed is just dies. You got no speed when you go into the curb. You got very low stability, so we can't make the move there. But now we move on to the end of lap 2. This is the first time you actually have a good chance to get Seb. Here we go on the straight. He's probably using ERS as well, because we do not. He keeps us quite honest in the straight, so he's probably using ERS as well. But we do get the move done, and you think that would be it, right? Well, he keeps it around the outside. We decide to give him the run, because I always like giving people the run, because it's such a nice fight that sometimes can end up with me losing out in a battle. But we get the move done on him. But then I'm looking too much behind, and so he gets me back down to on our right, and so he's gotten me. But here we go. Then we get a beautiful run through here, because I'm really like that right hander. Here we go. Can we send down this inside? No, we can't. But we pressure him into a slight mistake. He goes on the curb, slows down, so we're able to send it down the inside. But he swoops around the outside and retakes P1. So now we could either try to attack him into this short straight, or try to attack him into the long straight and like wait and attack him in the long straight, and that's exactly what we do. But once again, we're out of ERS, actually out of DRS as well, of fuel, I mean, as well, so we have to go and lean right after him. We get that move done. But now we're a little bit more ahead, but as we go through this right-hander on the inside, which is this lower line, and so he's able to just get back past us, and he's gotten us for now. And here's when I understood that I can't get the move on Seb done on the straight. He's just gonna get me back, especially if I decide to go on with the I'm giving you all the room in the world philosophy, which I decided to keep going with. But you can see here we have another good run on him. He's slow once again in these two right-handers, and when you get the move back down on him, down the inside, but he switchbacks us. And now can he hold it around the outside? No, he can't. But we're out of fuel, and so actually, and we get in the curb as well. So we're just gonna let him get the move now. So we get a little bit of contact, because I was used to there with the AI that usually they just let themselves get squeezed out. But then we move on to the end of that lap, the beginning of the final lap of the Grand Prix, and we're gonna this time go around the outside. We squeeze him a bit too much there, very aggressively, and so he gets us back. But do not fret. We're gonna have another go at him. Can we go around the outside of this small banking? No, he actually goes a bit wide, almost like he knew I was gonna go around the outside, so he covers that off. But then we're gonna put it into overtake mode. He actually gets us on the grass a little bit. So here we go, setting this up. We're gonna go down the inside, diving down into the fast right-handed side by side, making just a little bit of contact. And so we're still going side by side. He hooks it with us. We got a bit wide, so we get a little bit on this there, so we're able to keep the position. And then there he tried to switch back us, but we just parked the bus perfectly, using my techniques from using the techniques that I learned from the one we won with Volcanic, and the ones I learned from the ones I just knew from before, using all the techniques I can to defend this position very aggressively. And we finally get the win on Seb. But yeah, amazing race. Really enjoyed it with him. And so yeah, we win the Zandvoort GP, and I actually texted him as well, and so yeah, there's more chance you might see him in a video as well, so just to let you guys know. But anyways, we move on now to Monza, and here we go. Then we're in the straight. You can see we're down to P3. I say down because we like to be in pole, but that's good for us. We're in P3. Can we get any more positions as we run up to the start-finish straight in the end of the qualifying lap? Here we go. So you can see there Seb was disqualified, so we won't have another cracking race with him. But don't worry, our racing with him hasn't ended yet. You can see we're actually up in the P2, so we took circumcised 22, and so we haven't got no money ahead of us. Can we win the fight with him? Here we go, getting a better start than him. We got Sir behind us, who was a bit boxed in between us, and we go down inside. The guy behind gets hit, and we get hit as well. As I was turning there, and I saw him get hit, and I was like, okay, I'm definitely not getting hit. Yeah, man, I'm definitely not getting hit. But I got hit, and I was turning when I got hit. Definitely for when no money got hit, which he was going straight, so he was able to keep the car under control. I couldn't, so we're now down into P11. We got slight front-wing damage. So yeah, not the best start we could ever gotten. Yeah, Seb is now ahead of us. There's another guy spun there. So Yeah, it's not a good start for a home GP, to be honest, here at Monza. But can we have any look at the guys ahead? We're now up into P10. There's some people going wide. There's a massive gaggle of cars there. So if we can just take advantage of it, we could be up in a very lofty position considering what happened on the start. Can we send it on instead of Sir's here? We're not. We're having a little look at him, but we're not going to do it because we don't want to risk it. He then gets a horrible exit. We get him. Then these guys go. Then that guy goes wide, so we get him. And then this guy, there's a guy spinning on the left. There's a guy on the right going slow, so we get up in the P6. So yeah, it's been an amazing start. And now you're going to be able to see. Now it's lap 1. You can see it's lap 1. And you're going to be able to see there, just in a few moments, Seb gets at the fastest lap of the race. So I think Seb is now in the lead, fighting for P1, which is absolutely massive, amazing for him. But anyways, there was a guy pitting on the left, on the pit lane, and so you can see now we actually overtake there Melvin. So we're up in a P4. Pretty good recovery, you would say. But here comes Melvin now. Back down our inside on the two Lesmos here. We're going side by side. He actually squeezes us off a bit aggressively. He bangs tires with us, and so he gets to move down. As you can see now, Nico 89, this one, not Nico 85, is low through there. And then, oh gosh, they crashed. And they crashed into me. They spun me around, and we got no front wing. No, this race has been absolutely ruined. Our safety rating is probably all the way down, and to make things even worse, we got much less stopping power in the pit lane, and so we get a penalty as well. Not that it's going to affect us, but it's going to affect our safety rating. And so at this point, I'm just going to cut all the way to the end of this Grand Prix. There's no point showing it you guys. It was so boring. It was just me driving along the final lap. So, yeah, but those guys just came together and they just ruined my race. But now we move on to Canada qualifying. And you can see there, it's actually it's wet in the qualifying, but you can just about see it's going to be dry in the race. So, we're going to put on a dry setup, and hopefully that'll work. Because we're going to, the qualifying actually hit 2 walls there. Thank goodness we didn't get too much front damage. You can see there, though, we actually got a purple sector, a purple first sector. As now we move on to Copca, and you see we're in P2, and we go to the race director. You can just about see there Seb is in P1, so it looks like we might have another cracking race with him. Here gonna through the chicane, and we're gonna come home, I believe, for P2, with a very high chance of attacking Seb with a much lower drag setup. He completely defeated us in the wet, but we have a good chance of defeating him in the dry. Here we go, 2 power lights in this final race of this episode, and away we go. For the start of this Canadian Grand Prix. We got no money on our left, trying to get the move done on us, but we swoop around his outside, very nicely squeezing him just to the point where he had enough space to keep it going side by side, but he didn't go along with it. So we're gonna to the end of lap 1. Here we go to the chicane. We're gonna try to get the move done on Seb there. We actually mess up the chicane and we cut it. So here I'm trying to let Seb go, but I actually mess it up. He actually doesn't get past until like later than I thought, and so we lose the position to Got No Money as well, who now attacks Seb. I know he spun it. Got No Money. Why am I saying his name like that? I'm not sure. But Got No Money attacked Seb there. He hit him on his side pod, and he just spun. And so here we go now to the end of lap 5, having another lap 2, having another go at Seb, because now we got no challenges between us. And here we go down the inside, we give him way too much room there, and Seb is able to get us back. So we're still behind them on lap 2. And looks like it's going to be another one of those races where Seb is really good defending. Here we go now. After the small straight, the little straight, we're actually not going to get past him. You can see I had a little look at him. But I didn't get past him because there's no point getting past him if then we're going to have a better chance at him in the straight as we put him a bit under pressure. So we're actually having a little look down instead of the hairpin as well. This is what I actually told him. He should try to be more strategical in my text. He should be more strategical when defending. Like, he should have let me go maybe in the shorter straight. But anyways, here we go now in the longer main straight. And can we get the move done on him in the chicane? Yes, we can. And it looks like that may just be it for the rest of this race. We've got DRS now, but we don't have ERS, and so here goes Seb round our outside. Can he get the move done on us? We're gonna try to squeeze him, but he squeezes us then, and so we just have nothing we can do there except give up the position. We made a little bit of contact there, but nothing too big, nothing front wing damaging, and so we're still behind him. But now we're gonna move on to lap 4, and you can see there we could have a go at him this lap, But what good would that be? We don't have a lot of fuel left. We don't have a lot of ERS left. So we save them all in lap 4. And then when we're going to start lap 5, we're going to put it back into Rich, back into Overtake Mode when we can, when we need it the most. And we're going to have a go at Seb on the final lap of this Grand Prix. Can we do it? Can we win the Canadian Grand Prix? We know we have the better pace, or at least I feel like I have the better pace. So can we get the move done on him? Are we going to have a good look in the hairpin to scare him off or not? We're going to make sure we get a good run in it. He actually does, and we tap him a little bit, so I apologize for that, but I don't think it really changed his line there. But anyways, here we go now, setting the move up. To be honest, there's no real fight in here for Seb. We swoop around this outside, we timed this perfectly, we strategized it, and we're able to get the move done on him, and so we're going to be able to win our second race of this episode, 2 out of 4. Could have been better, but we met some pretty tough guys like Bear and well, not Seb. Seb we actually were able to beat, but got enough money, and then we also got spun out in Monza without our control. So yeah, but that has been this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Now we're gonna have a little look at how we have hopefully improved in our status for this episode, so we can go into the next episode with a better status. Here we go, then having a little look. Let's see, we're still silver, and we're actually been demoted to C rating, and we're going down in safety, so safety is not looking that good. In terms of actual rating, we're not improving at all. But yeah, that has been it for today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, goodbye.